What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about how to change your life in 30 days. And I know that sounds like bullshit, but it's true. You can change your life very quickly because whether you're Andrew Tate or me, or you're completely down bad, no confidence, out of shape, can't get a girl, no job, whatever it is, we're all where we're at in life because of the same thing. We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a habit. Start paying attention to the actions that you're taking every day and the results you're getting in life. And what you'll find is that your results actually make a lot of sense. Like if you're out of shape right now, can you remember the last time that you stuck to a diet or that you followed a workout routine? Do you feel like you're falling behind in life? Well, I'd ask you, what do you do with your free time? Is it spent doing productive things to help move you ahead? Or are you distracted, scrolling on social media, watching porn, playing video games? Our results in life come out of our daily habits and routines. So if you want to change your life, you just need to change your routine. It's nothing magical. It's just about you deciding you're going to take responsibility for your life and choose to be a different person each day. So in order to change your life, then we need to design a routine that is going to set you up for success, to become a confident, attractive, in shape, high value kind of guy. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. There are 5 key elements that we want to optimize your day for. These are the things that help me structure my day and that I follow every single day, and they make sure that I'm consistently making progress in life. I'm always feeling confident, I'm in great shape, and I'm just enjoying the life that I'm living. And the first one is we need a daily routine that is optimized for physical health. At its core, being in great shape really is just about routine, you know? It's about going to the gym consistently or eating properly consistently, getting good sleep and things like that. The foundation of all self-improvement is a healthy lifestyle, both physically and mentally. And one of the first things to do, if not maybe the first thing you need to do in order to get your life moving in the right direction, change your daily routine, is establish a proper sleep schedule. Because when you wake up and when you go to sleep, we'll establish the bookends of your day and they will provide structure for everything in between. So depending on who you are and your personal preferences of whether you like to stay up a little bit later or go to bed a little bit earlier, you want to go to sleep sometime between 9 and midnight, and you want to get up sometime between 5 and 8. And you want to set this up so that you've got a 7 to 8 hour window blocked off for proper sleep. This is not a suggestion, this is essential. Your ability to focus, think creatively, be productive, be in a good mood, and manage that emotional state of yours, as well as things like your testosterone levels, looking your best, building muscle, burning fat. These are all examples of things that are very much tied to your ability to get good sleep. Sleep is actually a productivity hack. And this also helps you plan out the rest of your day. Because once you know when you're getting up and when you're going to bed, it's a lot easier to start structuring the rest of your day. And the next thing you want to put in your routine after this is exercise. This is another non-negotiable. If you want to change your life, it starts with changing your body. Your confidence, your body language, your physical attractiveness, and your mental health are all going to flow out of this. People start seeing you differently. When they see you differently, they treat you differently. And when you start getting treated differently, your world starts to change very fast. I included this in the last video, but here it is again. This is my entire fitness lifestyle routine sheet, and it includes the rest of the pillar of a physically optimized daily routine. This alone will dramatically change your life in a month. Hell, it'll do it in a week. The second thing we need to do is optimize for mental health. There's primarily 2 schools of thought in the self-improvement world when it comes to things like mental health and managing emotions. On one hand, you've got the hardcore, massive action, ignore your feelings, just go, go, go side of things. And then on the other side, you've got this law of attraction, zen out, like emotional kind of side of things. In my years in self-improvement, I have found myself functioning out of both sides of the spectrum at different times. And for me personally, I always find that these like law of attraction kind of guys, or just people in general, they always strike me as big pussies, to be totally honest. They don't inspire me. I feel like they're way too worried about their vibration and their feelings on stuff, and they never take any action. Yet I can't deny that just taking massive action is not enough. You have to take into account your mental faculties. You need to take action, but you also need to focus on your state of being. Nothing has held me back in life more than myself, meaning things like my unconscious beliefs about myself or where I was placing my attention. Optimizing for mental health is basically about getting all of you you on the same page and moving towards the same thing. And this is the side of the law of attraction mindset kind of aspect of self-improvement that I do think is very important. Because you think about it, everybody knows that they want to be in shape, but most people don't. And I've known people that tried to get in shape and just for whatever reason they couldn't seem to get it done. And I think it's because on some level mentally they're fighting themselves the entire time rather than just moving fluidly towards their goal. Like for me, when I go to the gym, there's no resistance. There's no part of me fighting myself the entire time. I have no self-doubt. I know this is who I am, and I just go in there and kill the workout without any mental chatter at all. So what this shows us is that if you have all that constant mental resistance fighting you, it's basically like a part of you really isn't on board with achieving the things you're trying to achieve, and this is just gonna make it a lot harder to get where you wanna get in life. So for me, I've found that practices like meditation and journaling are very powerful. Even things like taking a daily walk are very good for my mental health and making sure that I'm operating out of a much more empowered state. And through these practices, I develop awareness and I can start to see these unconscious beliefs and thoughts that are working against me. Like for example, I used to believe that I was not worthy of doing well with women, and so this seemed to manifest in my life in all these very strange ways. Now, once I realized I had all these unconscious beliefs and thoughts and ideas about myself that were negatively impacting my life, in this case dealing with women, I was able to kind of update that programming I had within myself, and the results I got out of life started to change pretty quickly because I didn't have this whole part of me that completely disagreed with what my conscious mind was trying to do. And it's been this way for me in every single part of my life. This is kind of just the nature of personal growth, is you're gonna run into these internal roadblocks and you have to get past them if you want to keep moving forward, because if you want to progress in life, you can't be dragging around the baggage of the old version of you. Now, I alternate through different kinds of self-awareness, like mindfulness kinds of practices. Like I mentioned, meditation. Lately, I've been really on a journaling kick, and sometimes I literally just pace around my apartment kind of psychoanalyzing myself. But it's really powerful to become aware of your identity, become aware of these unconscious beliefs. I think this is an essential part of a daily routine if you want to change your life, because if you want to change your life, you kind of got to change the way you see yourself first. So pick one of these practices, whichever one appeals to you the most, and start including it in your daily routine, and you'll watch that you can start to become aware of yourself over time and start to change the way you behave in a more conscious manner. Now, next, we need to optimize for efficiency of work. A lot of times I'll hear people and they have all these excuses for why they can't get in shape, for example, and it'll be something like, I'm just too busy right now. I don't have time to work on my diet or go to the gym or something, and it's always bullshit. As somebody who spent all of last year working a full-time job, building an online fitness coaching business, running this personal brand, putting out YouTube videos very regularly while still hitting the gym consistently and following a good diet and getting 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night, I can tell you, you have the time. You aren't busy, you just don't have clarity. And if you're really working a job that's working you like 100+ hours a week, then quit. Like, what's the point of having the job if it's gonna destroy your health? And then you just start thinking smarter and finding a more efficient way to make money that doesn't rob you of the rest of your life. Now, working efficiently is about getting to the essentials of what you're trying to do. Basically, what are you trying to accomplish, and what are the things that are actually moving me towards that? Now, if you're controlled by a job that's got you kind of boxed into hours that you have to work, there's not much you can do about that, but you can control all the time around this. Like, for example, instead of cooking your food at every single meal and constantly feeling like you're having to figure out what to eat, and so many people really struggle with eating, you could just meal prep your food once a week and it would take about an hour. This is a great way to think efficiently about the work you have to get done, because the amount of time that people waste on food is insane. Whether it's driving to a restaurant or cooking every single meal, or you're waiting for DoorDash to bring your food, it's just an incredible amount of time that gets wasted consistently. And if you don't have that time to lose and you're just slammed busy, this is a great example of something you can do to save hours every single week. Plus, if you eat meal prepped, you're a lot more likely to stick to your diet because you've already got the food made, and it's just very simple to go into the fridge and grab it, throw it in the microwave, and eat it. Now, there are two main things that you can focus on when you're making your work more efficient. The first one is figuring out what can be batched And the second thing is figuring out what is essential. What can be batched is what I just explained with the cooking. This is like your routine tasks that you're gonna have to do over and over and over again, but there's something that you could just put it all together, do it at one time, and it would become a lot quicker. Like I do this with Instagram content, and a lot of times I do it with YouTube as well. I try to get multiple video scripts done at one time, or I try to get an entire week's worth of Instagram content done at one time. This takes so much stress off of you, because if every single day I had to get up and come up with what am I gonna put on Instagram, or what's the YouTube video gonna be about this time, it would be this constant stress, and I would be way more likely to just quit. And it's the same way with people trying to get on their diet and eat right. Like you get up every single day and you're like, what's on my diet today? I don't know. But if you batch all of that together, one, it saves so much time and it takes all of this pressure and stress off of you. Now, when it comes to what is essential, it's about figuring out what are the things that are actually moving me forward towards my goals, and what are the things that I can just get rid of. This is gonna require that you have clarity on the goals you're trying to achieve and an understanding of how to achieve them. Like with me, I used to work out for 2 hours a day, but this was a complete waste of my time, because think about it, the goal is to build muscle, and the way you build muscle is you basically train close to failure. And once I hit the 45-minute to an hour mark, I've already trained to failure, so that extra hour is completely wasted in regards to reaching my goal. And I can also work out less days per week because I started to realize that the growth actually happens on the rest day. Now, so many people have all these kind of blind spots just like this in their daily life, and this is why they're so unproductive and unorganized, and they never really achieve their goals, whether it's to get in shape, earn more money, whatever it is. But if you can optimize your days for efficiency and know what's actually moving you forward, you can very easily get in great shape, get good money, and still have fun. Now, the fourth thing is we need to optimize for learning or growing. Growth usually comes through learning, so I combine these two. In order to change your life, you have to first change who you are. And in order to change who you are, that means you have to grow. And typically when you're growing, it involves taking action and learning new things, because otherwise you're just going to stay the same. For example, if you didn't know about the concept of efficiency in the work that you're doing, and now you do, you've gained new knowledge that you can now take action on, which is gonna change you and it's gonna change your life. Like with the fitness example I just gave, I learned how to train more efficiently and smarter, and I was able to get results in half the time. That is education, that is learning. And again, as I was explaining, last year when I worked a full-time job, plus building a business, building a brand, and still having the time to work out, I did all of that kind of stuff by learning how to be efficient. You should block off 30 minutes to an hour every single day to learn something new that pertains to your goals and your personal growth. For example, if you're really focused on your health right now, spend that time learning about a certain diet or training split or whatever it is that's really piquing your curiosity when it comes to your health. There's only 2 rules to this. The first rule is that whatever you're learning has to pertain to your goals, and the second rule is it has to be immediately actionable. It can't just be something like learning how to invest in the stock market, but you don't have the money to invest. It has to be something you could take the information and immediately apply it in your day-to-day life. And also, this can't just be a video about ideas. This has to be something that is legitimately giving you an action plan. Now imagine if for 30 days, every single day, you learn something new that you could immediately take and apply into your life to get better. That would be a massive transformation in 30 days. And if you apply the principle of optimizing for efficiency, which we already discussed, you can do this in a way that it will very quickly change your life, and you can do it in a way that won't add any additional time to your day. For example, the average person's commute to work is 15 minutes. So if it's 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, there's your 30 minutes right there. Now, if you're clear on your goals and you understood the concept of knowing the work that's actually the lever moving work that we explained in the optimizing for efficiency section, you should be able to tell the things that are actually going to move you towards your goals. And you can very quickly figure out what it is you need to learn in regards to those lever moving tasks, and you can start learning those things in these 30-minute blocks, and every single day you learn something new that immediately helps you move towards your goals, and it didn't take any additional time. This is an extremely powerful way to change your life. This is basically like if you took a computer and you downloaded new software into it. That's basically what you're doing every single day. Now lastly, we need to optimize for fun, because if all you're doing every single day is self-improvement and it's hyper efficiency and hyper productivity, that's gonna get kind of depressing. Like, we want to enjoy our lives here. So in order to sustain yourself on this process, you actually need to bake in some time to enjoy yourself. I recommend doing this at the end of the day and putting it in a very blocked spot. You don't want this to start creeping into the rest of your life and distracting you in other areas, but if you've got a show that you like to watch, maybe watch it for 30 minutes every night. Something to decompress, relax, just something that's not so in your head that you can just kind of enjoy doing. Like for me, I really enjoy watching basketball. I like sports in general. A lot of times in the evening, I might watch a basketball game if I've gotten everything else done that I needed to get done for the day. And the thing is, if you have moderation around the fun, it actually makes it so that your life is a lot more productive. And not only do you enjoy it more, but the work when you do it is a lot more fun because it doesn't feel like it's a constant grind. It feels like you're working towards an end, you achieve that end, and then you get to relax. Guys, set some goals and then follow these 5 essential elements of optimizing your daily routine, and you will change your life in 30 days. Now be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.